As we grow older, something inside us begins to change, quietly, slowly, and often without warning. The world that once felt full of noise, responsibility, and constant movement begins to soften. Days become quieter, nights grow longer, and for the first time in many years, we are left alone with our own thoughts. For some, this silence feels peaceful. For others, it feels frightening. Because when the noise fades, the distractions fall away, and the roles we once played begin to disappear, we are left facing a question many people avoid their entire lives. Who am I, now that I am no longer needed the way I once was? This is not a sign of weakness. It is the beginning of wisdom, the silent fear of growing. Old aging does not suddenly arrive. It sneaks in quietly. One day, the phone rings less often. The children become busy with their own lives. Friends drift away, not out of cruelty, but because life moves forward. And in these quiet moments, a fear begins to form. Not fear of death, but fear of becoming invisible. Many older people don't talk about this fear. They hide it behind smiles, routines, and politeness. But deep inside, a question lingers. Do I still matter? This question can shake even the strongest heart. But here is the truth that rarely gets said. Your worth was never meant to come from being needed by others. That belief may have sustained you in younger years, but it was never the foundation of your value. Understanding the first truth, you are not here to perform. For most of life, people live in performance mode. You perform as a parent, you perform as a worker, you perform as a provider, you perform as someone others depend on. And one day those roles slowly begin to fade. This is not a failure, it is a transition. The danger is believing that when your roles disappear, your value disappears with them. But true worth does not come from usefulness, it comes from being. You do not lose value because you are no longer productive in the same way. You gain freedom, freedom to exist without proving anything. This is the first lesson of growing older with dignity. You are not your usefulness. You are your presence. The quiet strength of being alone. Loneliness and solitude are often confused, but they are not the same. Loneliness is feeling abandoned. Solitude is choosing peace. Many elders fear being alone because they equate solitude with emptiness. But solitude can be a powerful companion when you learn how to sit with yourself without fear. When you stop filling every quiet moment with noise or distraction, something beautiful happens. Your thoughts slow down, your breathing deepens, your inner world becomes clearer. You begin to hear your own voice again, but not the voice of expectation, but the voice of truth. Being alone does not mean you are unloved. It means you are learning how to be complete without needing constant validation. This is not isolation. This is self-connection, letting go of the need to be needed. One of the hardest lessons in later life is learning to release the need to be needed. For years, your identity may have been built around caring for others. Being needed gave you purpose. It made you feel valuable. But when that role changes, it can leave a painful emptiness. Here is the truth. You do not lose your value when others stop depending on you. You simply gain the chance to redefine it. Instead of being needed, you can now be present. Instead of fixing problems, you can offer wisdom. Instead of carrying burdens, you can carry peace. There is great freedom in no longer having to prove yourself. The wisdom of slowing down society tells us to move fast, stay busy, and always be productive. But the body eventually asks for a different rhythm. Slowing down is not failure, it is alignment. When you slow down, you begin to notice life again, the warmth of sunlight, the comfort of silence, the beauty in small routines. You stop rushing through moments and start living inside them. This is not the end of your journey. It is the deeper part of it. Choosing meaning over approval. As people age, one of the most liberating realizations is this: you do not need everyone to understand you. You do not need approval to exist peacefully. You do not need to justify your choices. True peace comes when you stop seeking validation and start honoring your own values. When you live according to your inner compass, life becomes quieter but richer. The noise fades and meaning takes its place. The power of inner freedom, Edom. In later life does not come from having more options. It comes from needing fewer. When you stop chasing what others expect from you, you gain the freedom to choose what truly matters. This is not isolation. It is independence of the soul. You begin to live from the inside out, not the outside in. A new way to measure a life. Success in later years is not measured by accomplishments or recognition. It is measured by peace. Do you wake up with calm in your heart? Do you feel at ease with who you are? Can you sit in silence without feeling empty? These are the new markers of a life well lived. A final thought. Aging is not a loss of value. It is a return to what matters most. You are not fading, you are refining. And if the world grows quieter around you, it may be because it is making space for something deeper to emerge. So walk gently, speak kindly to yourself, and remember, you are not alone in this chapter. You are exactly where you are meant to be.